Hi guys, my name is Shirria. This is the Shirria Mac channel where I am documenting my journey towards debt freedom in hopes to build wealth, retire early, or become work independent. I'm still struggling with remembering my intro. Bear with me. In today's video, I will be going over my current January 2021 numbers. And actually, I will be going over exactly how much debt I eliminated in 2020. So I had a page with everything that I was able to eliminate in 2020, and I have my updated numbers here. So I'll start here. So in January of 2020, I started off with all of these accounts. So I got rid of 432.28, which was my TJ Maxx. These two credit card balances were Christmas debt. I started 2021 with no Christmas debt at all, thank goodness. Let's start over. So 432.28 plus 234.37. Then I had the state employees credit union credit card, which was at 2773.24. Then I had Best Buy 88403. Then I had community finance, which was the price of Charlie, or the loan I had to pay off my dog, 2244 plus. I had, these were actually my husband's credit cards, which was 1645.69, and then 2321.86. So that's totaling 10,535 so far. 10,535.47. Then, if you were aware, I started my mortgage at 114,387 clear. 114,387. And before we refinanced, it was at 103,883. So that was 10,504. So I want to do the numbers somewhere else just to keep a tab of them, but I may not have a choice but to do them here. So I'm gonna do 2020 debt payoff. So credit card debt, we paid off a total of 10,535. Mortgage, which is kind of pointless because when we refinanced, it took our mortgage back up to 109 even, but it is already down to 106, was a total of 10,504. That's not including my second mortgage. So when I started 2020, I was at 69,336, and it is currently in January, it was at 67,964 plus the 10,504. So actually this is, I'm gonna write it down here, $11,876. Then Fed loan, didn't do much with that. My 401k loan. So my 401k loan at the beginning of January was $994.22, and it is currently at $394104. So that is a difference of $5,153. $5,153. So that gives me a grand total of payoff in the amount of $1,534 plus $11,876 plus $5,153 for a grand total of debt paid off in 2020 of $27,563. Now, as much as I would love to bask in that, let's do my current numbers. So I have me a journal. I haven't gone out to get my planner yet. I don't know what I'm waiting on. Not getting the greatest vibes from 2021. So I don't know. I'm just not in a rush to go out and plan. It's just so foggy and vague. Anybody else feel that way? Anyhow, but I do have my numbers. And actually, you know, I'm not going to rewrite these. I'm just going to go over them. So, 2021. Let me see. So, I should have ended the year if I paid off $27,000, and I started the year with $331,095 of debt minus, what did I say my payoff was? $27,563. I should be at $303,532, but I am not. Where I am? Well, let's see. So, I am back in debt not back in debt, but I have acquired about $4,000 in credit card debt. I know. So, I had $173.69. That was actually from ordering stuff for my skincare business, but I since paid that off on the 5th. Then my Amazon Amex, I know you guys, I'm getting ready to pay this off. This is the next debt. Although I know Lowe's should be next, and it may be, but my husband has been using the Lowe's card for his investment property, and he says he's going to pay it off when he gets his taxes. And I just feel like if I go ahead and pay it off, he may be kind of lax on giving me my money back. So, but the interest on it is so high that I can't even bear to hold on to it. I don't know. But anyhow, so I'm at $130.60, and actually this balance is lower because I made a payment. 58 plus 1907. Yes, I'm back in debt with Best Buy, but here's why. I went and got me a computer because I am leaving my job. Yes, I could have bought a cheaper computer, but all my appliances, all my devices are Mac, so I went out and got me a MacBook. But there's no interest on this credit card, and I'm confident I won't be paying any. Then $554.34 from Lowe's, which is $3,822.13. Then plus this is the balance today because I had the payment come out, $77.34. So I'm actually in $7,699.47 worth of debt. Then my other numbers are here. See if I can. Oh, that's as much zooming as I can do. So my student loans are sitting back at $139,493.61, which is, they were $139,647 in June, so not much. I mean, in January of 2020, so not much difference there. Mortgage number one, it has been refinanced. We refinanced to a 15-year mortgage, added about $40 some onto the payments, but the fees were so excessive with Wells Fargo, and that is my fault because I did not shop around. I did go with the credit union, the local credit union, and Navy Federal, but their fees were just as high and their rates were not as competitive. But I didn't even consider shopping with like Quicken Loans or anybody like that. I didn't do enough research, but we ended up paying about $6,000 in fees. We got $975 back at the table, and then our December, the second half of our November payment and the whole December payment were not due. Our first payment was due January 1. So all of that went back onto the principal payments on this loan before the first payment was even due. So the mortgage is actually at $106,833, but when I wrote this down for the month of January, it was at $107,500. And then mortgage number two is at $67,963. That leaves me in a total debt of $322,893.86. I just don't know. I just don't know. One of my 2020 goals was to pay off my credit cards and stop using them. And here I am, right back using them. I don't know that I'll ever stop using them though, honestly, but I'm gonna restrict my usage until I can pay the balance. With this Amex Amazon card, I was racking up so many things, and I did return quite a bit of stuff to get this balance down to where it is. Some of it went back as credits on my credit card, but then some of them just gave me an Amazon credit, and that was one of the things that stopped me in my tracks for me to realize, like, I'm still acquiring, this balance is not going down. Anyhow, $322,893.86. That's only a difference of $8,000. The fact that, which is this does not equal out, but of course, the fact that $6,000 were added back into the mortgage, so that now we're at 14, and then I have about $8,000 worth of credit card debt, that would account for about $20-something thousand. And so, you know, eventually I will get tired of running this rat race, especially since I want to leave my job. But, you know, that is where I'm at. Comment down below. I will say, I do have $10,000 in savings. Part of that came from, I've always had $3,000 in an emergency fund. So that was in my savings account. Then I transferred $4,000 out because I thought I was going to be able to go ahead and pay off the 401k loan. And this was way before Murphy started attacking us, had set up shop in our house. But some things continued to transpire at work. And another thing with this 401k loan is, when I started making those payments, I think I had shared with you how I had sent like maybe $3,000 or $4,000 to the principal of the loan. They went back and amortized it and were taking out two payments, one for the $97 and then one for $75 from my amortization. So it was a lot of confusion with that. Eventually they got that cleared up where they were only taking the $75 instead of the $97. So once they got that cleared up, I wanted them to continue to take the $97, and it was a whole lot of back and forth. And they was like, no, if you have these terms on this loan, and for you to meet those terms, the payment has to be dropped down to $75. So, but I was paid up about 4 extra months. So I asked them to apply those additional payments to the principal. And once they had done that, I was going to pay it off. But now I want to leave my job. And so I'm kind of stuck on like if I just want to keep saving and keep that and building that $10,000, or if I want to take out the money. Because if I took out the $10,000 and paid all of this off, I would still have the $3,000 emergency fund. I don't know. What would you do? Tell me down in the comments. What would you do? Would you keep the savings? Staying at my job is not an option. Fan pass June is not an option. Maybe August, but ideally it would be June. The last day of school for my kids would be my last day of work at that job, unless I get a better one before. So, if that was going to be your suggestion, maybe you could stay at your job until you... No, that's not an option. I am definitely leaving that job. But, and with that in consideration, would you take out your savings and start with, you know, have potentially be unemployed with $3,000 in savings? Or what would you do? And if you've left a job before, if you kind of like plan to leave a job, how did you go about it? Because I know everybody's circumstances are different, but I just need some guidance. My main concern is insurance and benefits and stuff like that. But anyhow, that is it. That is where I'm starting. You also see my financial goals. If you've read them, boo, because that's actually going to be another video. In addition to my plan with making sure I accomplish them. Anyhow, thank you so very much for checking out my video on how I paid off I'm not going to even round it up, $27,000 of debt in less than a year, because I actually started in February. Thank you for watching my video thus far. If you are interested in continuing to follow my journey, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you've left a job and what you would do with the $10,000 savings. And subscribe if you have not already. Do remember that the debt-free journey is indeed a journey, not a destination.